Hello everyone, I'm Sidi Safa, and this is one of the assignments that was given to us in the cloud computing class that we had to install the Apache Cloud-stack on centOS inside a VM in a VMware. So we have the VM in VMware, and then on top of that we have installed the centOS 7 for installing the Apache Cloud-stack. Um, Before going into details or talking about the features of Apache Cloud-stack, I have to show the steps that I had to follow in order to install it. So this is the quick installation guide document that is provided by the Cloud-stack itself. In here, we can see all the steps that we have to follow in order to install the Apache Cloud-stack. The very first thing is that we have to make sure about the software that we are using. Like I'm using centOS 7, so this is for centOS 7, all these steps in here in this document to install the Apache Cloud-stack on centOS 7. After that, we had to upgrade the system in order to install all the required libraries. And the important step in here is after upgrading the configuration of the network. We had to make a configuration file, and then write all the configurations like the IP address, gateway, mask, DNS, everything in the configuration file, and make it as a bridge to be connected with the Ethernet file. After configuring the network, we had to configure the Linux. We had to make sure that the Linux is permissive. And in order to make sure of that, we had to go to the configuration file of Linux. And then we had to install the NTP and configure the NTP. After that, we had to install the NFS. We had to install the NFS, make sure the NFS is installed and configured. And after all of these, we have to make sure the management server about the management server installation. And for that, the first thing we have to do is to install database and then configure the database. So we installed MySQL server and then configured the MySQL server. Also installed the connector of the MySQL server with like Python. And after that, we made sure that the Cloud-stack management is also installed and configured, and it's set up. The next step is the KVM setup and installation. We make sure that the KVM is installed or it's set up and everything is done in the KVM configuration part. Like the libvirt is also done. Like we installed that one too, which is a part of this libvirt configuration after the KVM. So after all these configurations or installations steps are done, then we have to go and open the browser on the CentOS, and inside that we have to use our IP address, and then followed by a /client. So I'm gonna show you we're gonna go to VMware. Here you can see that I have already followed all these steps in order to install the Apache Cloud-stack. So I'm just gonna go and show how the interface is in Apache Cloud-stack. It has many features and many menus for the users, available for the users, or services that they can use. Like the dashboard is one of the options here, where they can see the basic information or the general information about the system. They can have or see the instances of inside the system, all the list of it, the names, the IP addresses related to that, or the accounts, and then the groups. If there are any groups, then it will be shown in here. The storage, everything about the storage, the accounts using those storage, the state of the storage, everything will be shown here. We can see the networks that we are going to use in this software that's created inside the software. We can also see the templates, if there are any templates, which are the ISO disk files that are already configured or may have some operating system installed. We can see the events that are related to the accounts or to the users that are using the events related to them, or we can see the projects that we have done inside the software, and we can see how many people are using with their roles, like if they are admin or if they're a regular user. We can see all the accounts here, the informations about the account, and then we can see the domain account, which is the root. In here we can see the regions that can be used inside this software. We can see the infrastructures like the cluster, if it's storage like primary storage, secondary storage, or the VMs. Everything will be shown in here. And then we can also have a global settings, and then the service offering offerings as well. We can see them. this was the overall interface of the cloud stack that we installed in the CentOS. So yeah, that's it, and thank you.